जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 Thank you.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Somebody has pointed out one aspect, how to maintain the awareness of He within when dealing with men and matters. Okay. How to maintain the awareness of He when dealing with men and matters. When my emotions and thoughts become so involved in interaction, without my knowing the awareness of He within me and He within the person I'm interacting with is forgotten very fast. How to maintain the awareness of Him within when dealing with men and matters. A very, very crucial point in the life of a sadhaka, when we are trying to understand, through our intellect, that He is with me, He has been with me, He in the form of consciousness is within me, He in the form of life force within me. We read from scriptures and Mahatmas who have scaled the heights that consciousness, awareness is always with us, right from the moment we have come to know about ourselves, right from the first day of our existence. We may not know that it is there, but it is there. So later on, our masters and scriptures keep on harping this, that He is with us, He has been with us. We take to different types of discipline to get a glimpse of this, but unable to hold on because still we feel it is an object. Awareness is an object. Awareness is the very subject on which the thought which gives credence to our sense of individuality, which makes us to feel that I am, that exists because of the awareness. So it is the subject. So the intellect, which is a product of this awareness, will not be able to understand the source from which it draws its very existence. It is not an object. Then how are we to maintain this? So everybody has to try and bring out and evolve. One method we thought it might be this. That during our past moments, we try to take to some discipline, and in our case, Ram Nam chanting, where we are trying to concentrate on one at a time. To arrest the dissimilar thought currents, we are concentrating on one thought, the Nama. And gradually, during that period at least, we are free from from other thoughts. And when we get concentrated on this, then the witness consciousness comes, and then we are led to the stillness. Stillness means the consciousness, awareness. The moment the thought comes and we come back to the individual level, it again takes this back seat. So we feel that continuous practice of this during our off hours will slowly make us aware of this truth at the subconscious level. Because the moment I act, the sense of individuality acts, immediately this will take a second seat. So, for us who are involved in daily activities, because by the time we try to understand this, we are again immersed in activities. So, every day, suppose we try to train, and then in the case of Papa and Mataji and many Mahatmas, biographical sketch, they virtually, literally, they are retired from the usual run of activities, and then they wanted to stabilize because they are not affected by anything. They are not distracted by anything. So a daily practice with periodical retreats and to get stabilized in that, and then what we have seen in their life is, then there is no problem. It becomes sahaj, it becomes natural for them. And it is not that the awareness is there and the thought is there. The thought gets refined and comes out in the form of spontaneity, simplicity, and humility. So instead of now trying to understand how to keep up this awareness even while we are acting or reacting, we get the clue that we try to practice this every day to know the power behind the sense of individuality which we have now. Through any discipline that is okay for us. In our case, Ram Nam. Ram Nam means we are chanting the name with faith and devotion so that the outgoing tendency will be arrested for a time, and then slowly the chanting is realized, chanting is known, chanting is being heard. Then who is behind that witness consciousness emerges, everything comes to a stop. Get a glimpse of our original nature, come back, again we try, come back, again we try, come back. And probably this will pave the way to intensify the efforts where we take a long break. come back, join, again, again, again. So there is no shortcut. Nobody has prescribed any shortcut. But we can definitely become aware through the quality of our thinking, it changes. And one more clue that we get is that it will be freed from me and mine. We used to say from our experience when we were in Wayanad, at that time, we were having about, say, in our school days and everything, 7 to 8 months we will have rains in a year and always chill. So the vehicle, very few people have vehicle because we were attached to an estate, there will be a vehicle for estate, a tractor or a jeep or something. Morning when it refuses to get started, people will push it, laborers and so many people will push, and suddenly the driver puts it in the second gear and gets started. So normally we have to start the engine and move the vehicle. But when it refuses to do so, we move the vehicle and get it started. Similarly, by these processes, we try to become aware of the awareness and at the same time continue as a individual, apparently acting and reacting. But when this is not possible for us, that means ultimate game is the me and mind quits the scene. Me and mind quit the scene means not the me goes. The me and mind as we understand today, with its attachment, with its conditionings, with its limitation, that will go. And then what comes out of it is this spontaneity, simplicity, humility. So that means whenever it's not possible, we try to move from me to we, wherever it is possible. Whether at home or in the office or with friends. So instead of getting it purified from these levels to the action, we may try to purify the actions wherever we have. That means when you are handling a family cooking, apply your whole our mind. Everyone should feel tasty, everyone should be happy. The room is kept clean, not for our own sake, everybody comes, they must feel everything is in an orderly way. When we go to the office, we become attentive to the job, loyal to the job, apply our whole soul efficiency, and then bring out the best, not taking the individual credit, because we are conscious so many people have contributed. The field is provided by somebody, inputs are given by somebody. So like that, and with friends also, when we deal with men, we try. 1 out of 100 we might. So that means the expansion is taking place at the outer level. So much so, the quality of thinking, the quality of our thoughts, it gets refined, refined, refined. Then morning, suppose we practice this. And during wherever we get a break, we practice this. Coming to the ashram, for example, a spiritual institution where you are nobody, at the same time, you have no duties to perform, commitments to honor, no challenges to be met with. So when you are in such a place, you can try. This is what we meant by break. So this way also we can try. It is a long drawn process, uphill task. Because in the midst of so many things we are trying. So by the time we get some positive thing, when we deal with men and matters, our old culture will come and dominate. We lose the balance, our norms. That must be the reason when Papa mentioned that mere chanting will not do. Outer activity should be compatible with inner aspiration. So sadhana is not one-sided. Immediately after the session, when we deal with men and matters, what norms we have? Is it from me and mine or a little higher than that? And in our place, it may be difficult to try this. A mobile call comes, you somebody comes, so many things come. You will immediately react based upon what you have been reacting. That was the basis. Everybody, you have got a notion about them. They are okay, they are not okay. With that background only you react. So here, no, sir, you are stranger. That is why in the good old days, when somebody takes to spiritual life, the guru, immediately after initiation, he will ask him to go out with nothing to fall back upon, to check whether how do I react to events and individuals, whether the me and mine is dominating or whether I am in a position to accept situations as they come with cheer. Just imagine from here now. Can we think about it? No. It's absolutely not possible. So we know now our limitation. It's not possible now. So this question is valid. There is no one-line answer. It's a process by which the awareness becomes more and more explicit in our thoughts, words, and deeds in the form of expansion. In the awareness, the limitation comes thought. So when we are in the awareness is enveloping everything, anything and anybody. Each one should try in their own way. This is what we feel. Because we are all immersed in various types of activities, there should be a simultaneous effort on our part to expand at the activity level.
Swamiji, but the routine life is the major part of our life, where we are constantly dealing with people.
Constantly?
Dealing with people. Men matters, etc. That is my war field where I am supposed to do the action. But training this will help me there.
Sure. First sign is we will not impulsively react. Second thing is that we will also try to become conscious of the contributory factors for our existence and the field. All these will put a break. Even if we fail, it will have. Then again and again and again, then we wherever the damage has been done, we try to go and repair it. Openly, if that is not possible, at least mentally. You are sensitive to the what is happening in and around us, not insensitive. You become insensitive when you assert yourself, You are not bothered about anything. You become sensitive. These are all some of the signs by which this is made known, that the awareness is slowly becoming explicit in our thoughts, words, and deeds. It is not separate because the thoughts, words, and deeds emerge from awareness. Puja Swamiji, in his memoir, which he wrote in 2003, he had written this. He was feeling always consciousness everywhere. And everybody is floating. Every creation is floating in the consciousness. Initially, when we then He specifically mentions that. He tries to develop. That is why when somebody talks, he will not react. People thought, that is not his. It is not like that. Swamiji has said he was trying to associate that consciousness, expressing through that form, and then he reacts. It takes some time. So when he comes out to the portico and sits, most of us would have seen he would be simply sitting. Morning people used to come before the flower offering. They would be sitting. But Swamiji was trying to see everybody sitting, they are all creations. And so the consciousness in which his form is also there, other forms are also there. Like that, he was trying to dwell upon it. And somebody says, Swamiji, it's time for us to go. Yes, we will go. That's all. So he was trying to be always in the awareness. And then we have found the effect of which is also reflected in his thoughts, words, and deeds. So that might work. That might work with certain individual modifications. To everybody, it may not be possible. To him, it was possible. But he says, the moment I come down to the individual level, when I talk, I come to the individual level, and then this is not there. Consciousness level is not there. So I'm struggling to keep up this for 24 hours. This is what he has written. Because it's a struggle. To keep up the same attitude while dealing with men and matters is the real struggle. So from all these we can infer that to the extent possible we are in a position to expand ourselves from me and mine at the outer level. And whenever chance permits, God permits, His grace comes, we try to go within and try to become aware. Now, for example, when we suddenly talk and suppose all the thoughts are set at rest for a try, what happens before another thought enters? So here is we can say how Ramnam helps us. So when he says constantly you chant, you are driving away all other dissimilar thoughts. When Mataji wanted those who are coming here, they should spend 6 hours in chanting, she did not mean this muttering. So that you have come here, you should be free from your routine thoughts, then only you can enter into the inner chamber. So for that, the onslaught of the outgoing tendency, thoughts, it should be arrested. So when you spend about 5 to 6 hours in chanting, to a very great extent, this is arrested. That will prepare us to go inward. And on those days, we remember my Papa Samadhi room was exclusively for this inward journey. So after chanting, attending some sessions at home, at the room, and in the bhajan hall, there was no other place. Mataji will ask for count, malas, everything, not because of this muttering. She wanted everyone to train their mind. So the method to train the mind to fix on one at the exclusion of other is to hear our own chanting. So first chanting becomes a habit, then I start hearing my own chanting. Then when I start hearing my own chanting, all other thoughts will slowly fade away because I will not be able to hear when the other thoughts are there. So slowly the mind is being trained to stop other thoughts, concentrate on one thought, and then witness consciousness, and everything stops. We get a glimpse. Again we come back. Again we chant. Again we arrest. Again witness consciousness. Again. Like that, during our stay here, we are trying to train our mind. Train our mind to direct our attention towards the stillness. Stillness means this awareness. Because when the stillness reaches and the witness consciousness comes, there, Papa, that itself is God realization. No? That is an experience. So, having heard this, what are we to do now? It's not a philosophy. It's a plan of action given to us by them. There are 2-3 methods. Even if you are not positioned to chant 5 to 6 hours, whenever we chant, let it become not a muttering, not a chanting. Every day morning at the time of, we read a few lines of his. How clearly he mentions that. And he has assured us no other sadhana is necessary to know that he is there. And then afterwards, chanting also is not necessary. When we get thoroughly established in this, then no chanting is necessary, though we enjoy chanting, that's all. Not that it is necessary. So initially, let us become very clear to this question, how to maintain the awareness of he within when dealing with men and matters. At the moment, our mind may not be able to go along with this. So it should have so many prerequisites. At the moment when we are reacting based upon our own preconceived notions, our likes and dislikes, our rights and wrongs, and all those things. There, the awareness does not come. The awareness which is the common, which is the substratum, it is not. So we every day, individually, we try for some time, and then as it gains momentum, we go for a break where we are free from routine thoughts, routine duties, routine challenges, routine commitments. And there we try to divert the whole attention on this. Again, we go back, watch for ourselves. And finally, we have seen in Papas that there is no, it's effortless spontaneity. Nothing comes out of the intellect. Spontaneously it comes. Which he has put it in another word, whatever happens is only happening by his will. The individual will is not there.
Swamiji, it's true that it's all happening because of his will.
She's asking, is it true that it's happening only by his will?
Which one?
Everything is happening
in the
only
world,
by his
everything
will.
in the world.
That's what our master says,
Yeah.
Nothing is yours, everything is his. Try to convert your will into his will. Because you have no individual will. Because you got this birth not because of you. You got this body not because of you. You got this mind intellect equipment not because of you. So introverted inquiry alone can reveal all these things, inward journey.
So, Miji, why is it so difficult to be with oneself?
Why is it so difficult to be with oneself?
Although we don't get along with people.
Because the sense of individuality is so strong in us. Right from our young age, we have not been taught. We have been thickening, the me and mine. Everybody has contributed. Society, parents, teachers, colleagues, everybody. You are intelligent, you are beautiful, you are this, you are that, you have got sharp memory. So always you think, you are something, you are something, you are something. But what is the base of this individuality? Nobody has pointed out. We would have been taken to temples. For our, whenever we go to a temple, normally we pray for something worldly. If we get this, we will also do this. Like something like that, no? All those things will come. Nowhere it goes that he is within, he is within. And one fine morning, if once Guru says, and you have great faith in his words, the tussle started. He is where you are not questioning his words of wisdom, but the equipment is not ready to accept. It's a long, strong, long drawn struggle because we have not trained. In good old days, we were told as soon as 6 or 7 years the boy becomes, he goes to the Gurukula, stays with the Guru for 12 years, where all the fundamentals of everything, both inward life and outward life, are taught. Then he comes. Then he enters into Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. No? Everything starts with this Dharma, ethics. Then he is allowed to earn money. He is allowed to enjoy his senses. Then afterwards he feels, I am still not complete. Then he takes to the path of liberation. Purusharthas. That is not available now. It is only history, it's only academics. So he has reshuffled the whole thing. Now we have to see within the parameters how best I can do it. Instead of blaming the society or parents or elders, what can I do now? To the extent possible, I will try to do. And prayer, prayer, prayer.
Swamiji, somebody said God does not talk. Is it true? Is it
Yesterday, Padma had raised that question, no, from In Quest of God, where he says Ram does not talk. If he talks, he is not Ram. So,
We should know that awareness, you can say, Ram stands for that power. The power behind the talk. There are two, the light and the electricity. The moment the light is on, we don't see the electricity.
it's converted.
But at the same time, it is there. Suppose we say this is electricity, we are limiting the scope of electricity only in this. As a matter of fact, Ram does not speak. It's a power, no? The moment he speaks, he is not Ram. Speech creates always a sense of duality. The speaker and the man spoken to. Ram is one and indivisible. The spirit or power, the moment it expresses itself, it becomes two. Only in that sense. Because later on you will find, he will say, Ram is silence, Ram is also talk. The context also we should know. One Swami was arguing on the Jnana path. So, what is your name? Who are you? I am Ramdas. No, you speak a lie there, the other man says. You are Ram himself. When you declare you are Ramdas, you do not know what you say. God is everywhere and in everything. He is in you and so you are He. Confess it right away. True, dear friend, Papa says. God is everywhere. But at the same time, it must be noted that God is one, and when He is in you and everywhere around you, may I humbly ask you to whom you are putting this question? After reflecting for a time, the friend was driven to say, well, I have put the question to myself. This reply was given in a desperate attempt to reconcile his first contention. If he would say that the question was put to Ramdas, there was a clear sense of duality accepted by the disputant himself, I and you. As a matter of fact, Ram does not speak. The moment he speaks, he is not Ram. The power behind it.
Swamiji,
And the power is in everybody.
the same bhajan which we say every day in the morning, Kadi Dvaita Bhave, Kadi Bhinna Ho wo Dvaita Bhave. Part is that.
No, that doesn't mean the Dvaita Bhavam is not there. We are all having the Dvaita Bhavam. But as a devotee, we are now trying to understand that Dvaita Bhavam is there. I, as a devotee, exist because of He, the power behind me is there, who is in the form of life force, consciousness, intelligence, awareness, whatever we call it. Awareness will not speak, consciousness will not speak. Anyway, coming back to the question, so it cannot be objectified. That is the real struggle. We have always tried now, even in school or college or even in our company, we try to gather as many details, memorize, experiment, trial and error. We bring out fantastic results. Hardly we recognize that there is a power behind this. So even behind everything there is a power. So during our contemplation, during our activities, we will try to bring in this dimension as much as possible. But when we react to events in individuals, it may not be in this shape. We can only say at best the reaction gets purified. The quality changes. This is what we have observed from the lives of Mahatmas. By reading the biographies like this, In Quest of God is a proven. How does he react to events and individuals? Keeping up, every minute he will not say it is, he will bring Ram there. Ram brought him. These are all some of the ways by which he was directed from within. But to before undertaking this tour, 2 years, withdrawing from every activities.
Swamiji, in one place, he says, in that Himalayan journey, he says, it was biting cold. At the same time, Ram's grace was very strong. We could bear that cold.
Ram, because he was constantly aware of his presence, this is also a good line of thinking. So 2 years of intense, exclusive, withdrawing from all common run of activities, and then to see whether it is practically possible or not to deal with men and matters. God made him to throw himself out, fling him. What is it? He says, fling him.
Fling him into the world. You're right.
So then at that time, and then what happened? We could find that everywhere he was well established in that. Nobody, no person, no situation, no object could irritate him or make him desperate. Though he did not tom this, he brought the word Ram. 400 times he has made, or more than that, in this book. Forget.
I think that same point arrives, if I remember well, just a little bit after, he's uttering a beautiful sentence, just the next page. After saying, if Ram speaks, it is not Ram. Just 2 or 3 lines later, he says, uh, I know well that I am not Ram. He says something
He
like that,
doesn't say
very
that.
near, very near.
What was that page?
I don't know, the page
No,
where it was
your page,
before.
your page, your page. No, I'll tell you.
Oh, that.
There's a highlighter there on that. Yellow color highlighter.
Just now you showed me, no?
Yes, she opened it. I gave it to her to
I
open
think
it.
it's before.
No. It is sheer ignorance of man, whose ego is a great obstruction for his complete realization of oneness of God, to say that he is God. The friend persisted for some time more to uphold his argument and eventually gave it up. At the desire of Ramdas, who liked to stay for some days in a retired place, again, see, the friends at Jhansi took him to garden where about a mile, where there was a small shed. Here he lived for some days, visited every evening by a number of friends. What do you?
No, it was before.
No, no,
It was
no.
before he said.
Before,
Before, he says. He says, you are not going to tell me that I am Ram. You are not going to make me say that I am Ram.
No.
Because I know perfectly there is duality. But
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah.
it is said. I don't remember by heart.
So we are trying to understand from this also when you read the whole thing. Let us not get stuck with one particular this thing. And Ram is all comprehensive. You remember when he came back, when old thoughts came, he intuitively got the message, why do you separate me from this? So when we bring the God dimension behind any thought, according to Papa, it gets transformed. Anyhow, coming back to the question again, so awareness means it is not that the awareness that we at the moment think will be there when we deal with men and matters, but it will be there in the form of refined reactions. When we say refined reactions, it is the expansion of me to we, and then we to him. Nowhere it will be self centered. So we have to check up whether all our sadhana so far done, whether it has been able to reduce this dominance of me and mine. That can come simultaneously. We try to now understand the contributory factors that make me feel that I am so and so. Everything, the field has been provided, not that I have created the field. Suppose I am given a project, I am an IT graduate, I am given a project to get a breakthrough for a particular software, and the requirements are given by the clients. And when I start trying, and after persevering attempts, many a time we fail, we get up, go for a stroll, come back, again sit. After failures, one day the breakthrough comes. Okay. Now, when we take it to the boss and give him, he applauds, pats on a wife, congratulations, this and that. Okay. Your periodical evaluation takes place, and you get mark. Everything is okay. You may feel I have become intelligent, I have become perfect. But a spiritual aspirant will always think, company provided me an opportunity to bring out. That particular customer wanted a particular this thing. If he has not raised, I would not have applied. And all the basic software engineering, it was all given to me academically by various institutions. And to top it all, I have been given a life. about which I am not aware. So behind anything and everything, there is the contributory factors which will tame or what do you call subdue my the assertion of me and mine. Outwardly we may say yes, I could do it. That's all. But heart of heart, you will know everything has come because of this. Anything and everything. This comes because of this awareness. Because ultimately I should be there,
Humility.
Ah. And I am not here because of me. In this second chapter, if you that gives us an idea, no? O Ram, when thy slave finds thee at once so powerful and so loving, and that he who trusts thee can be sure of true peace and happiness, why should he not throw himself entirely on thy mercy, which can be only possible by giving up everything he called mine? Thou art all in all to thy slave. Thou art the sole protector in this world. Men are deluded when they declare, I do this, I do that. This is mine, that is mine. All, O Ram, is thine. All things are done by thee alone. Thy slave's one prayer to thee is to take him under thy complete guidance and remove his highness. Second chapter. The prayer was heard.
So primary
It
requisite
is not because somebody has right and we are accepting it. We cannot accept it. Just because we read this, we cannot accept it. But we try to go within and find out these are all verifiable facts. Even the very language, even the very computer, no?
Swamiji, I have one question.
Hmm?
He has a question.
I have one question.
Hmm.
So, you mentioned that every morning for 10 minutes, um speak to your God inside
Hmm.
and surrender and bring awareness. Now, usually, at least when I pray in the morning, I start thinking and praying. I have a little prayer written where I will pray for my mother, my sister, family, that give them good health, give them this, that. Now, yesterday or day before when you spoke, Swamiji, I just realized that is the wrong prayer to do. So, if I have 10 minutes in the morning, what should be the most effective way to bring that awareness and ignite things instead of reading a 10-minute prayer about uh, these good things should happen for my family?
Nothing wrong,
Hmm.
Nothing wrong in praying for the welfare of others.
Hmm.
But let it just, initially it will be my mother, my sister, my.
Hmm.
Later on, you try to understand it cannot be limited to them
Hmm.
because you are living because of the contributory factors which he has arranged for you. So naturally, are you justified in limiting yourself to that? Straight away, nobody can jump to the higher circle.
Hmm.
So Puja Mataji puts it in a simple way. First, you concentrate on your family.
Hmm.
At least from you to the family, it has come.
Hmm.
Then family to the community, relation circle. Then relation circle to the community, community to the nation, nation to the world. That is the only way we can do it. So initially, okay, praying. Then later on, that prayer will be modified.
Hmm.
Even when, in the pujas,
Hmm.
somebody might know this. When we do puja, we have to make a sankalpa. Why are we doing puja?
Hmm.
There's a mantra. Suppose there is an Ishta Devata there, chosen deity. By tradition, you are following that.
Hmm.
As you said, you are objectifying God who is within and without, with that, and you are praying to them.
Hmm.
So when you do worship Him, to glorify Him, the first sankalpa you make, Mamopata samasta duridakshe Sri Parameshwara Prityartam Asmagum Sakutumbanam, me and my family.
Okay.
Kshema, Stairya, Virya, Vijaya, Ayura, Arogya, Aishwarya, Avivridyartham. All these things I want. That's why I'm doing prayer. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Chaturvidha, Vairushartha, Siddhartham. Sarva, Anishta, Nivarana, all dangers should go. Sarva, Abhishta, Siddhartham. Whatever I desire, I should become it. This is the first sankalpa we all make.
Okay.
Later on, because that's the starting point. Nobody will be able to say, I want God realization. This is the first step. But it is accepted. Why you know? You are at least accepting that there is a higher power than you.
Okay.
Ah. The tangible gain is you are accepting a higher power. That is why you are praying.
Correct.
And I want this, I want that. My family should be there, mother should be there. So first, it's a taste. It's what do you call? Implied truth is there that you are accepting a higher power than you.
Correct.
As you keep on moving, God makes you. You are what you are because of the factors other than you. Then you will change the mantra.
Okay.
Viveka, Vairagya, Shanti, Moksha Siddhartham, Vishwa Shanti Siddhartham, Puja Angarishi. I want more and more discrimination between right and wrong. I need concentration, dispassion, that which takes me away from that. I want peace, liberation from the clutches of me and mine, and welfare of all my co-creations. You are not specifying the co-creation. So initially, that is why even in Bhagavad Gita, he says, there are 4 types of bhaktas. Artha, Artharthi, Jijnasu, Jnani. Artha means when you are in difficulties, you pray for relief. Naturally, you feel. Artharthi means, you are not satisfied with all the material possessions you have. So you want more promotion, car, building, this, that, guarantee, safety, all those things. The next one is, Acha, now I am asking this. Suppose the benefactor becomes mine. I don't have to ask, Now he is separate, that is why I am asking him to give me this and that. Suppose I start thinking, I start praying that I should become one with you. So you are giving everything, So when you become mine, then I don't have to ask anything. And then you become that jnani. So these are all different stages. We are not belittling those who are praying for this and that. Nothing wrong in it. But that will
evolve.
It should get evolved. Because you start thinking, what are the contributory factors in various fields? Even the very language with which you are uttering the prayer, that is not given by your family. Like that.
Okay.
The dress you, anything that you use, then you find, many people have done their best to give me. How can I limit myself only to them? Initially, you will start with that. Puja Swamiji, when he wrote that book, what is that book? Dive Deep, Soar High. There he says, this is this devotee stage. Praying for this, praying for that, praying for this, praying for that. But he said, you should not be always devotee. You should become a sadhaka. And sadhaka always aims at the higher things.
Correct. That is the
Yeah.
needed.
But nothing wrong. If somebody is praying, if people go to the temple, they will have, I will do this much if I get this. At least they are parting with it,
Correct.
with whatever they have. And it will be a common thing.
Correct.
To that extent, some expansion.
Correct.
In one case, a person who was not leading a righteous life, earnings, he had a landed property. So when a proposal came to start a school for the mentally handicapped, that person came forward and offered his land. So many were reluctant because of the background of that. So they thought that we will not accept it. But when it was consulted with Puja Swamiji, he said, why not? At least he is parting with it for a good purpose, Accept it. Then we try to realize that. Anyway, You are parting with it, no? Once and for possession, it is very difficult to remove the possessiveness from the possession. So here is somebody coming under some pretext God gives him. God tests him whether you give this or. And it was agreed. So all these things show that any expansion from at any level is a move towards him. Initially we will pray for Asmagam Sagodumbanam, okay, for my family. Later on,
It'll evolve.
because this my family exists because of various other families.
Correct.
So various other families are also to be supported. These various other families are there because of five elements, Because the five elements are there, all these things are there. So how am I going to pay back, if at all I have any option? Like that, slowly, the contributory factors for your existence become more and more clear. And then you feel indebted to the entire creation, and through the creation to the Creator. So everything that you offer becomes an offering to them. That is why in this devotion, the there is a sweetness in that journey. Suppose you talk only about awareness, consciousness, there is a dryness there. Because it is a subject. Normally we have always been objectifying everything and trying to understand. Here it cannot be possible. So dead end, We can't go beyond that.
Correct.
But in this devotional aspect, there is no dead end. Why don't you please reveal me, you ask, instead of I am this, I am that, I am this. No. It cannot go beyond that. Intellect has got a point up to which it can travel. It cannot travel. It gets exhausted.
Correct.
But suppose we convert this into a devotion. That is why he says devotion, devotion, devotion. Nama chanting with faith and devotion. Why don't you reveal? Without you, I cannot utter this word. Even the very act of chanting Ramnam is done because you are there. Why don't you please do that? So it's a devotion. It's an appeal. It's a prayer.
Swamiji, devotion is bhakti.
Huh?
Devotion is bhakti.
Devotion is bhakti.
Bhakti.
Bhakti. Bhagavan and Bhakta. Here internally the Bhagavan and Bhakta is there. And then the Bhakta is pleading, appealing, crying. Here he said, just now read, thou art all in all to thy slave, thou art the sole protector in the world. Men are deluded when they declare, I do this, I do that, this is mine, that is mine. All, O Ram, is thine. All things are done by thee alone. Thus thy slave's one prayer to thee is to take him under thy complete guidance and remove his highness. To whom he is praying? Not outside. But at the same time, the devotional aspect is there. It will not be a dead end.
She wants to ask something from you.
1 minute. Maintain humility and non-assertive attitude when interacting with men and matters. How to behave this way when the person I am interacting with on important issues is behaving in assertive and proud way, showing no empathy with my perspective. Swamiji, four-legged creatures don't behave this way. I think we will do it on Monday. Yes, tell me.
Swamiji, like people talk of Brahma Muhurta, the importance of it. Like if you have to do any sadhana, morning time is the best. So if I look at it, morning if I wake up, definitely my mind is peaceful and blank because my body has been inactive, I've been sleeping, and no matter how much you wash your face, you're still little zombies, zoned out, sleepy model. And when you do something, how do you know it is the effect of the sadhana or because you're in the state? Because if you do the same practice in the evening, it has a different effect. So is it the practice or is it because of the state that you're half asleep?
No. what is meant by this Brahma Murta, absorption level will be more. Now we are talking. After this, you will forget. Absorption level will be less. Concentration, no, it will be level. Early morning, when you have not transacted with anybody, when a particular line of thought is being encouraged to dwell upon, the absorption level, retention level will be more. During our day-to-day activities, it will be less. That is why even after so many satsang, we will forget. Tomorrow, suppose I ask what was it discussed, everybody will be looking blinking, unless we do some homework. Because absorption level, retention level, early morning, that is why even during exam time, even during our studies time, parents will say, get up early in the morning and start reading it. No? What is meant is not that there is anything for absorption level. You are free from distraction, disturbances. Mind is fresh. To a very great extent, it is fresh. Because you are not interacting with anybody. The moment you interact, the me and mine has its full play. Nobody is there, no, to you. So you take up one topic, one sloga, one chanting. It becomes single-pointed, focused, concentrated. So the retention level will be more. Fresh it will be. So that is why this Brahma Murta is recommended. Anything that you do in the morning, before you interact with others. And in Mauna, why the Mauna is recommended? First thing, you are not interacting with anybody. Even Vipassana, they will discourage even eye contact. Because the moment you see, so many concepts will develop. So here, that we don't do it because not necessary. But here when you come and sit, you are not reacting. The tendency to look at others will become slowly, less and less and less. And in the evening, after the program is over, you don't feel like talking straight away. Because the absorption level is too much there. No craving, no inclination to talk. That's the best period.
It's just the way as retention and absorption level.
Huh?
The retention and absorption level. The early part of life is far better.
Early part of?
Life is far better
Definitely.
than to a later part of life.
Later part of it. That is why in childhood when we get this, because by the time you enter into the field of your life, exposure is too much. In our childhood days, the only exposure is our family and our school bus and our notebooks. Limited. But when you go out, your colleagues, your friends, your neighbor, when you travel outside people, exposure is too much. So whatever you learn is a struggle to retain. That is why periodical, our corporate concerns or big companies, they arrange for this periodical, what you call, orientation program, cut off from the daily program to assimilate, to make it a part of your reality, or a retreat. Those are all helpful things so that at the moment you are free from this exposure.
In fact, Swamiji, the learning process starts far early in life, right from the embryonic stage, far much earlier.
But exposure immediately undoes,
Yeah, it
if we are not grounded properly.
unfolds.
That is the, yeah. All these fundamentals are, if you are given to us at the impressionable age, no problem. I don't mean advisors. Suppose our parents are leading a righteous life, a very model life, and if I start observing it, at that time the absorption level will be high. Even a small incident I will remember. How they stand out from the rest of it. After so many years, we have dealt with so many people, but it still has a place in our heart. What does it mean? Absorption. No? So the early, as he said, the early life, it has got great impact. Nowadays, the lifestyle has changed, where parents don't spend their time with children, and parents themselves are not aware of all these things. To them, their norms of success depends upon everything worldly. So naturally, they are unable to pass on this information to the growing generation. They insist that the child good at 90, 95 plus, 90 plus, that is the only end, unknowingly. Not that they mean anything bad. Because their footing is like that. So naturally, it takes time for us. We get a lot of kicks and knocks, and then finally we get revealed, this is not the way, this is not the way, this is not the way. Anyway, all these things that we are telling about theory, but there is one principle overriding all these things. That is, the master has got a master plan for our life. For the simple reason, I have not initiated my life. So that power which has initiated will definitely do that. The moment I look back, what are you doing? I am suffering here. Wait. You will get that. So every now and then we try to go back to this theory also, so that we don't become desperate, pointless or directionless. No. I did not ask, you gave me this, and what are you doing this? You can take that. So this word, the master has got a master plan for all lives. You can ask him to urge, you can urge him to bring it out as early as possible. I am not aware. You made me to think in terms of me and mine, and made me to do gain somewhere and lose somewhere. Ultimately, I am back to square one. Where I started, I am there now. This is not fair. Please. So that is the priceless gift our Mahatmas give. That one word. That is the anchor. You can prop, support. Ultimately, he will not lose me because he has created. He will not make me desperate. He will not throw me out. I would not have cared, but he will not. I am his. Swami Vivekananda used to roar, That word is very, very, very touching. Shunvandu Vishe Amritasya Putraha. Oh, heirs of immortal bliss. Heirs, You are entitled to enjoy. You are the descendants. You are the, the family of immortal bliss. So I am entitled for that. I am not cheap. I am not useless. I am not to be written off because I am your child. So these words, whenever our morale sagging or something like that, pump. I have not come because of me. I have come because of you. Is this the way to do that? You take him into task. Then he will immediately give you intuitively. I think that is enough today. One day we will see. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram